Right, you shower of Polish scum! Pay attention! Go on, tell them.
Dzielni, przystojni lotnicy z Polski. Witamy w RAF.
For some reason, the powers that be have deemed you fit for purpose. Now it's my duty to teach you your asses from your elbows. Things such as, there is a sergeant's mess, and there is an officer's mess. And you must go to the right one, once we decide which of you lot deserve to be called officers, that is.
Jak widzicie, dużo krzyczę. To sprawia, że nie mam powodzenia u kobiet.
Is that it? Polish is very concise language.
How did you both first get involved in this?
Well, I was sent the script and I asked if I was interested in it. I was a bit downbeat when I heard it was a World War II movie, again. But when I read it, I thought it was something that I felt a bit enriched and enlightened about, something that I felt I should have known about and didn't. So that was partly the appeal for me, you know, the fact that you know, this was a part of a very important battle, and given these guys, the contribution these guys made, I felt a bit embarrassed that I didn't know more about it, to be honest, you know. So that was quite a driving force for me. And then when we get into the office, we start the casting process, and
yeah, no, the script was given to me, and again, we didn't learn about this in school. I mean, yeah, the Battle of Britain we learned about, but not the specific story about the Poles and the 303 Squadron. So when I read the script, I was like, this is an amazing story, and you know, I would love to be a part of it and be able to tell it. So that's kind of how I became involved.
Once you kind of dug into the story of the 303 Squadron, I mean, is there a lot out there to read if you want to go find it?
yeah, there's a lot more now than there used to be, obviously. I mean, it took Poland years to recognise them, you know, and I think in the aftermath of the war, you know, that awful thing we've suggested or we've got in the film where they weren't invited to join the victory parade in 1946 because they were scared it would offend Stalin by having the Poles march. And so given the contribution the guys had made, it's pretty awful, really. And I think that then, you know, and also when a lot of them were repatriated, you know, they were going back to, in many cases, punishment, imprisonment, and so on, because, of course, they weren't trusted because they'd been in the RAF, because they were most likely, they thought, to be spies. So I think that kept the story suppressed for a long time, and I don't think it was, you know, it became sort of common knowledge until the early 90s in Poland, you know. So, but I think there is now. You can find a lot of information on it.
These go up. You just have to remember to bring it back down before you land.
Pamiętajcie, przed lądowaniem wysunąć podwórze.
Za kogo oni nas mają? Z jakichś jebanych pajaców?
No, czekaj, co?
Is there a problem, Łukaczewski?
Sir, you teach us MPH, not KBH, gallons, not liters, feet instead of meters. But the one thing we all already know how to do is fly. Jedno, co umiemy, to latać.
Dokładnie.
Urbanowicz and many others, they already fight. Why not us?
Because they're up to scratch. You want to die in your first mission because you can't read a fuel gauge?
Listen, our country is destroyed. They kill our people and we are doing fucking nothing.
My wife, little girl. Nie, ja tu przyjechałam patrzeć dla
We fly in combat many years. We kill German and we know how to fly the plane.
Yeah, but you lost! You lost. Poland, France, you lost, goddammit!
It was, we always wanted to have Polish guys playing those other parts. I think that, and so that became an interesting process for me because obviously I've been casting for a long, long time, and it meant I was seeing a lot of unfamiliar faces and unfamiliar people. The important thing was really and it was a bit of a challenge actually because, you know, there are about 12 of these guys, and, you know, you can't have 12 strands running. So, but you kind of want each guy to have their moment and make their contribution to the film. So the way I approached it basically was to assume that if there were 10 guys in the scene, in which scene would these two become prominent in the scene? And in another scene, it would be another 3 that would become prominent. So they'd all have moments, and you hopefully grow to feel that it's a unit of men and not just, you know, 3 guys plus a lot of guys following them around, you know?
O, idzie muzyka.
Cool. Thanks for the invite, boys. But we have to keep a lid on it. Anybody finds out, we'll be on a charge.
Hide you under the bed.
Get us into even more trouble.
Hey, get the girl some drinks.
What would you like?
What have you got?
Ta-da!
Oh, I'll have a vodka.
Did you get much camaraderie on set with the other guys?
Yeah. I think as soon as I think I got to London, I think I met all the guys and we all started hanging out because I think we're all staying in the same hotel.
Yes.
But no, I mean, I think I thought it was important to meet all them and actually get to hang out with them, you know, before we even start filming, because I think that's a huge part of it, you know, is not to make it look like we're all clicking, but, you know, to actually click with these guys that I've never met before and then bring that, you know, into every scene with me. But all those guys, they're all like amazing actors and they were all great to work with and really fun.
And it worked very much as a good group, you know, which was important, you know, rather than a lot of individuals. You know, it was important that they played as a team, and they all did, yeah.
What's that? Romeo 5'9"?
Millennium's for training flight escort, 303. The Poles.
Got you.
Training, get them out of there, Ellis, now!
With any war film, you can spend $300 million or anywhere down from it, and you've got to make decisions about what you're going to do really, what you're going to do with computers. I mean, how did you kind of go about doing it technically, and what is it like to kind of be part of those big scenes? What you imagine?
It was a challenge, obviously, because for me personally, I haven't done a lot of work that has had a lot of visual effects. So for me to leave the set with only having 2/3 of the film, you know, that's quite difficult when you're a director stroke control freak. So it's that part was quite difficult for me because, and of course the process is quite a slow process. The sketch becomes animated, becomes real, becomes whatever, but of course you don't actually know what you're going to get, and obviously it's very rewarding when the shots start to come on stream. But that for me was the most challenging aspect.
He's a danger to himself and the whole squadron.
6 kills and no losses. It's unheard of.
Poles will end up winning us this war if we're not careful.
Every day, more of them go up and fewer come back.
We'll be lucky to see the months out of this raid.
They kill our people and we are doing nothing.
Every bullet fired out of these guns has to be considered, has to be the right choice. Every maneuver up there has to be the best, the quickest. That way we win. That way we survive.